Still open seats in case anybody wants to come up. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Darryl Riley. I'm the Chief Sustainability Officer here at Hostess Brands. I do recognize that one of the challenges when you actually have Hostess donuts out is people never want to leave them. So I think there's a group back there. You guys are protecting our food, which we appreciate, but hopefully everyone gets a chance to actually consume them. I'm really thrilled to be here today in Arkadelphia with all of you as we unveil our sign today. So it's going to be really exciting for all of us. And the focus here is really around the most sustainable bakery that we have in the Hostess network. And for sustainability for us, that really focuses on the environment, it focuses on the social part of it, as well as the governance. And so we're really pleased with that. At Hostess, we're actually early in our sustainability journey. There are some companies that have been doing it for 10 years. We're about 3 years into our journey. And for everyone, it's about a journey. It's not a destination. It's what you're doing on your way there and how you're getting better at it, how you're bringing the community involved with it. But we're committed to delivering what we would say is meaningful progress towards reducing our impact on the environment and actually making a positive impact on people. So those are really two critical aspects of it. Our initiative, that we love to talk about that we recently executed, was the removal of something we call a tin tie that's on the donut bag. And I'll explain a little bit what that is. Donuts, just for those that don't know, it's actually the #1 mini donut brand in America. So big round of applause for that, people. What's even more important, this building behind me will be actually frying them. So that's actually a fantastic piece of it. So the tin ties, basically what it is they're basically a piece of plastic that's around a metal, right? And so what we were thinking about for environment, how do people use these? Do people use these? And so we were looking at it and found out that most people actually consume our donut bags pretty quickly. So the actual usefulness of it is not really that useful. So we went on a project in order to figure out how do we remove it. So with the help of a lot of our folks in operations, we have several of them sitting here, we looked at removing them, adding the closure, which we've already closed all the time. And what we found out was a couple of interesting things. If you actually remove those tin ties, which are about 8 inches long, it actually saves about 700 pounds of glue, 250 pounds of steel, 170,000 pounds of actual plastic. Amazing, right? And also, if you take the distance of it, it's about 72 million miles, right? That's not going into landfill. So again, a very, very interesting approach. What we found is that small steps like this can add up, and we'll continue to look at everything we do on the sustainability lane. Beyond this development today presents us with the opportunity to actually thank a lot of the organizations. We've been able to do that quite a bit this morning, but we'll do more of it a little bit today. But people that made a lot of this happen. Some of them will be speaking today, and others are about milling around. The folks that are in the back protecting the donuts. But the big news is that their tenacity is actually helping to bring jobs to the location. And that, we all know, brings economics into our equation, which is what we all love. We're proud that the actual Arkadelphia bakery will actually add at least 150 new jobs to the area over the next 3 years. With that, let's get on with our morning. It is my honor to introduce the 46th governor of the state of Arkansas, Asa Hutchinson. Governor Hutchinson has served as governor of the great state since 2014. Under his economic development policies, 100,000 more jobs, more people are working in Arkansas than when he first took office. Before being elected governor, he served as director of the DEA and undersecretary of Homeland Security. Voters in Arkansas's 3rd District elected him to Congress 3 times. A graduate of the great University of Arkansas Law School, Asa Hutchinson, at age 31, was appointed by President Reagan as the nation's youngest U.S. attorney. Please join me in welcoming Governor Asa Hutchinson to say a few words.
Thank you, Darryl, and thanks for going through the sustainability with us. It's exciting. I always listen for the superlative. And if you heard that, this facility will be the most sustainable facility within the Hostess Brands company. And I think that's exciting for us too. Andy Callahan is here. The CEO will be speaking later. And I just want to welcome you. I enjoyed our conversation. He's got good Arkansas connections here and history. And for you to select Arkansas and Arkadelphia, this community, for the investment of $100 million, 150 jobs being created, we want to thank you for choosing and selecting Arkansas. I want to congratulate the city of Arkadelphia and how you've invested in economic development. You have put your resources into creating jobs, in attracting companies like this, and the leadership of Arkadelphia and your economic development mission is to be recognized across the state. So thank you for what you have done in partnering with Hostess Brands. And from the state perspective, let me tell you, it just means a lot to have an iconic national brand like Hostess coming to our state. And I, of course, have been eating those white donuts, those little powdery ones, for a long time. I love them so much. I was just thinking up here, why can't you have those on airplane flights? You know, that would be good marketing tool. I just see all that powder going around on them. But I love them, and I didn't have one before, but I'll be having one as soon as I finish. And we're excited to have those to be produced in this new facility. Whenever you look at the partnership of Arkansas, though, Hostess Brands is a good partner. You're a good community partner. You're going to create economic opportunity in this area. But I want you to know Arkansas will be a good partner for you. And that is from the standpoint, we want to be a state that's easy to do business. I think you've recognized that. We want to be a state that puts trust in the consumers to spend their own money. And we want to be able to create jobs through economic development. Secretary Mike Preston is here, who's done an outstanding job with our economic development team, partnering with our local communities and helping to attract this type of top quality investment and high-paying job creation to the state. We just convened the Arkansas General Assembly in special session about a month ago. And we took $500 million of state money and transferred it to the pockets of Arkansans. And that is our anti-inflation idea, is that let's just put more money in people's pockets so they can buy donuts, they can buy gas, they can make the decisions on their own spending. In addition, we added small business incentives, accelerating depreciation. We're going to continue to do that, making it easier for people to make decisions on their life and to be able to grow the economy here in this state. I'm proud of the fact that for 8 years as governor, I have concentrated on bringing jobs to the community. And it would not be complete without being in Arkadelphia to celebrate this moment, your investment and your partnership to grow the community, to grow jobs for the next generation. Thank you. It is great to be in Arkadelphia today.
Thank you, Governor, for those kind words, and we'll make sure that the first bag of powdered donuts goes to your address. It is now my pleasure to introduce Arkansas Secretary of Commerce and Executive Director of the Arkansas Economic Development Commission, also known as AEDC, Mike Preston. Governor Hutchinson appointed Mike Preston as Executive Director of the Arkansas Economic Development back in 2015 and as Secretary of Commerce in 2019. Secretary Preston is highly regarded as a leading advocate in economic development. Since Secretary Preston's appointment as Executive Director of AEDC, the state has signed incentive agreements with more than 480 new or expanding companies. These companies have invested more than $13 billion in capital and created nearly 25,000 new jobs for Arkansas. Before joining AEDC, Secretary Preston served for nearly 7 years as the Vice President of Government Relations for Enterprise Florida, the state's primary economic development organization. In 2018, he was selected to join the Wall Street Journal prestigious CEO Council, an invitation-only group that connects some of the world's most ambitious and influential leaders to discuss the issues shaping the future. A 2005 graduate of the University of Florida, which I think makes him a Gator, Mike and his family volunteer in the community in a variety of ways, including the Children's Advocacy Centers of Arkansas and the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Secretary Preston, please.
Gerald, thank you for that introduction and your kind words, and I'll say welcome to Arkansas to you and the entire Hostess team. I saw in your bio New Jersey Institute of Technology, so a few years ago your baseball team was here in Arkansas. And I would ask anybody at the school who was here and experienced their time in Arkansas what they thought about Fayetteville, because we all in Arkansas are now fans of the New Jersey Institute of Technology and that baseball program that y'all have. So welcome back to Arkansas. I think a lot's already been said today, so I just want to take a few moments to, first of all, just welcome Hostess to Arkansas. We're so excited to have you here, and a big thank you and a congratulations to everyone that's been involved in this and to make this project happen and to the investment you're having here. So first of all, to Arkadelphia. This is a truly unique and great community in our state, and we're so excited that we're here today to celebrate this. As the governor said, this community is committed to economic development. Believe it or not, we don't always find that in every community in the state. We work with everyone in each way that we can, but it's nice to have a community who leans forward in economic development, who is going to do the things necessary to win projects like this. So the ability for you to come to the table, be a part of this investment in this building, to help us show it is just a huge win for us. This community is committed to workforce development. You have a great workforce in Arkadelphia and in Clark County. Two great institutions here that are represented. We can't say enough about them and what that means to the workforce and the future of this community. And then I'll just say, what a premier location, too. I know when a company like Hostess is looking around the country to make a decision, location matters. You're in the heart of Arkansas, but you're in the heart of the country right here in Arkadelphia. With access from our rails, obviously our interstate system, you can get to the rest of the country very easily. And then the partnership that you all have between the city, the county, and the Alliance. You're a great community to work with, and we thank you. Shelley, welcome to your new position. Shelley, who is an AEDC alum, so I have to brag on her for a minute. And I can't take credit for you because you're just a star in yourself, but it was a pleasure to work with you at AEDC and then your time at the Chamber. She's been on the job 2 weeks and already has the governor here. So I mean, that's pretty impressive, Shelley. What's next week? Kevin and the entire team. I don't know if Bill Wright was here, but Bill is someone we've worked with for a number of years from the business community here in Arkadelphia. Has meant so much to this community to lean forward and help us out. And Judge, thank you for your leadership. You've always been a friend and an advocate and a partner. We certainly appreciate that. And I did want to also recognize Michael Lindsay with Walmart, who is here. Walmart, small Arkansas company you might have heard of. I think y'all might do a little business with Walmart. So Walmart's so excited that they sent one of their top people, and Michael Lindsay, down here today to celebrate and not only focus on made in USA, manufactured in USA, but how about manufactured in Arkansas? So it's exciting to see. So Hostess, Andy, thank you. Just thank you for your investment. Welcome, or what should I say, welcome back to Arkansas since you have some roots here. But your entire team, I think you've found how welcoming we will be as a state. But by y'all investing your money, you'll see that you're going to get the most return right here in Arkadelphia. Your investment, your commitment to jobs, and paying high wages on these jobs. And this is exciting stuff, and we know that you're going to succeed because that's the commitment this company has, and we're so happy to partner with a company like this. So, we heard Daryl talk about steel industry. Don't get rid of too much steel. We're the top steel producing state in the country, so we want to sell more steel. So if you can put steel into something else, we'll certainly do it. But when we talk about the steel industry in Arkansas, the former CEO of Big River Steel used to say that, we're a technology company that just happens to make steel. And I look at Hostess as that in that same way. You're a technology company in the way that you're innovating and how you're going to have this state-of-the-art, world-class bakery here. You just happen to be making donuts. So it's, a technology company that just makes something different. And you'll see that workforce is committed and dedicated to that. And I know there's a whole number from the AEDC team here who I do want to just thank and recognize for your tireless effort in making this happen and seeing this project to fruition. Some people who started working on this project are now in other jobs and responsibilities, but you came back today just because you're committed to this community and seeing it grow. But the entire AEDC team, we do it as a team, we succeed as a team, and I'm proud of each of every one of you here. So I'll just wrap up by saying, look, the state is your partner in this. This is a long-term endeavor for this company, and it's a long-term endeavor for this community and the state. So us, along with Clark County and Arkadelphia, we all want you to succeed, because as you succeed, we succeed. And we will be there through this endeavor with you, and we hope it has a very happy ending, and I know that it will. So, to quote a rock band in Journey, "Donut, stop believing."
Thank you very much, Secretary Preston. Really appreciate you and our partnership together in bringing us to the state of Arkansas. Very much well said. Our next speaker has been and continues to be a great partner as well to Hostess Brands, and we've become part of sort of the Arkadelphia community. In fact, I did look up what Arkadelphia actually meant because it's such a unique name. And so it seems like Ark comes from, and I know everybody knows this except me, so just indulge me. So Ark, I know, comes from the Arkansas, but Adelphia, I didn't realize, is a Greek word, says brotherly. So Annie and I were driving in here, I was like, that's interesting. Brotherly Ark. Fantastic. So I learned something. Maybe you didn't, but I did. In any case, glad to be part of the Arkadelphia community, and I'm delighted to introduce Arkadelphia City Manager, Gary Brinkley. Mr. Brinkley.
Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of the city. Governor, these meetings never get old, do they? And thank y'all for being here today. The city is obviously excited about the Hostess being here. I came 5 years ago, and let me tell you, this is a good southern town. If you engage with them, the city, the county, that everybody will engage back with you. My wife and I really love being here. Same goes for Hostess. You've reached out and say you want to be engaged with us, and the community will embrace you. I will tell you this, if somebody doesn't show you that southern hospitality, let me know. I have the sheriff's and police cell phone numbers on my card, and so we'll take care of that. I'm most excited about your commitment to the community about paying sustainable wages. I'm a wonderful recipient of that. My father was a very hardworking man, managed grocery stores, and back in the day, we didn't have Walmart. We had a lot of local grocers, and on a 2-3% profit margin, it's really hard to pay sustainable wages. A guy noticed my dad's hard work, offered him a job when the General Dynamics was moving from going from F-111s to F-16s. So at that point, we entered middle class. And let me tell you, that's a life-changing trajectory. First time in 13 years, I had dental insurance, and I can remember that because I had 13 cavities because I'd never been to the dentist. Was able to get glasses every year like I should have instead of every 3 years, which we could afford. Took a vacation at the age of 15 for the first time in my life. Y'all are going to make a difference in a lot of people's lives in Arkadelphia and Clark County because they're going to earn sustainable wages. You're going to change the trajectory of people's lives because you're paying sustainable wages. For that, we are forever grateful for you for doing that. Again, welcome to the community. We're so proud to have you here. Anything we can do, let us know. Anybody doesn't treat you right in the South, let us know. We got police and sheriffs to take care of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gary, for your tenure here and our partnership. It's been excellent, and we continue to look forward to doing more work together. Now I'd like to introduce Kevin Jester. Mr. Jester currently serves as chairman of the Economic Development Corporation for Clark County, part of the development in this region. Mr. Jester is president of KW Jester Logging Incorporated, a family business that's been around for 4 generations, the 4G. He's also president of Wayne Enterprises, a real estate company. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Jester to the stage.
I told them to be sure and add that I made it All-Stars in Little League, but I guess they left that out. I thought that was a pretty significant accomplishment at the time. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate your kind words. something Secretary Preston, I caught a word that he used earlier, and he said celebrate. And that's what today is. It really is. It's a day to celebrate, and everybody loves a celebration, right? Especially when they're handing out powdered donuts in the back. Everybody loves that. And Andy, I'm not sure if you know, but our county fair is taking place just right down the road from here. And I'm pretty sure if you want the true Southwest Arkansas experience, we can go by and get you some of those deep fried in peanut oil. Might be a new line at some point. That's great. You know, there's a really lengthy list of thank yous that deserve to be handed out today, and several of those have already been mentioned, and I am certainly not going to attempt to go through that entire list, but there is a group that I believe deserves some recognition and some thanks as much or more than anyone else, and that's what I want to make sure happens today. In 2007, the voters of Clark County approved a plan to create and fund a county-wide economic development organization. Twice since then, in 2014 and again in 2021, those voters recommitted themselves to that endeavor. And the fruit of that action, among other things, has played a significant role in us being here in this moment today. And that is way beyond just being able to offer some local incentives. Quite frankly, it's more about having someone to answer the telephone. You know, when Hostess calls and says they're interested in locating here, it's a good thing they didn't get an answering machine on the other end of the line. But somebody was there to answer the telephone and say, hello, this is the Economic Development Corporation of Clark County. How may I help you? Isn't that great? And now when Andy is somewhere down the road and he's thinking to himself, you know what, this relationship in Clark County is so great, I think we'd like to do some more business down there. He can call that phone again, and there will still be someone there to answer who will say, yes, Mr. Callahan, how can we help you help us? That's what the voters of this county did for themselves. They gave us the opportunity to have full-time staff whose everyday job is to recruit, retain, and promote economic development in Clark County. Now, I can tell you I am extremely thankful and grateful that we have a governor who believes in our county and is willing to demonstrate that by being here today. I'm also convinced that Hostess has come to believe in our county throughout their process of making a decision to be here. But I want to tell you this. No one believes in this county more than we believe in ourselves. And we have proven that time and time again by choosing to invest in ourselves. We have put our own skin in the game. And for that, the voters of Clark County deserve a huge thank you. I could talk a long time about why I love this county and why I am so excited about not just today, but things that are yet to come in the future. But I know we're on a strict timeline, so I'll move along. But I had one question that I wanted answered before we left here, and that is, where is the drive-through for the powdered donuts going to be? Because that's what I want to know. But thank you, Andy. Thank you, Hostess. We are incredibly excited about welcoming you to our community.
Thank you very much, Kevin. That was excellent. I like the drive-through. That's actually pretty cool, Andy. We should start to think that one through. I'm happy now to introduce to you Clark County Judge Troy Tucker. I understand he's just called the judge. All right. So as a Yankee fan, when I heard it, I was like, he's here? So Judge Tucker is a Clark County native and attended Henderson State University in Arkadelphia. Judge Tucker has worked in public service and administration for 38 years, including 31 years in law enforcement. 14 of those years he served as the Clark County Sheriff. In addition to being county judge, he serves on the executive board and legislative committee of County Judges Association of Arkansas. Outside of his official capacities, he serves on numerous local boards and committees and is notably the president of the Patterson Federal Credit Union of Directors. Please join me in welcoming the judge.
Well, I've got a tough act to follow after all you guys, for sure. Y'all already stole all of the things that I was going to say, but I think the most important thing today that I could say on behalf of the citizens of Clark County, and that's who I represent, is thank you. Thank you to Hostess for choosing Clark County. And last night we had the opportunity to visit with some of your staff at one of our local restaurants, and I must tell you that we had a good time, didn't we, guys? We had a really good time, and you have got an excellent staff of people who've been working on this project, and they're very dedicated to Hostess and very enthused about what's going on down here, and they shared that with us, and of course we shared back our enthusiasm as well. So thank you for your staff. But I also want to say your team, but also my team, that it would be the Economic Development Board, and several of them are here today. Thank you for your service. Our Arkadelphia Alliance members that are here today, and that has been previously under the leadership of J.L. Griffin, who had been the chair whenever this started, the CEO when this started, and now Shelley's stepped up and she's taken the reins on that. But also our city board and Gary Brinkley, our city manager, and of course the Corn Court, who had a big part in this as well, and I probably left somebody out, but those people are very important and a part of what I consider my team. And when I tell you it's a team effort, it is truly a team effort. We work, and our objective every day is the same, whether you're on the city side, the county side, or one of these boards, is to do everything that we possibly can to promote Clark County and Arkadelphia. And today I'm proud to say that y'all have joined this team, and as we move forward, great things are going to happen for Hostess, and great things are going to happen in Clark County, and we are very proud to have y'all in our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judge. And now for the final speaker of our morning, I'd like to introduce to you my friend and boss, Andy Callahan. Andy joined Hostess Brands in 2018. He also served as on our board of directors. Before joining Hostess, Andy held management roles of increasing responsibility at Tyson Foods, Hillshire Farms, Sourley Corporation, and Kraft Foods. And in fact, Andy and I worked together at Kraft Foods a number of years ago in a cheese division at this other company. And at that point in time, Andy was a rising star. And my father always said, be complimentary of rising stars. You never know what will happen to you. Prior to entering the corporate world, Andy spent 7 years in the U.S. Navy as a naval flight officer. Under his leadership, Hostess Brands has seen tremendous growth and innovation. In fact, we recently announced our 10th straight quarter of 9% or more growth. And with that, a tangible benefit of that growth is actually the expansion of the building behind us, the Arkadelphia Bakery. So that is really an impact of what growth does for you, and we're glad that it is expanding. With that, I'd like to now bring up Andy to the podium to say a few words and to wrap up the morning.
So one of the briefings I got, they always give me all these words and I never stay on script. Julie, I may not stay on script. But Daryl told me to use the steps behind here. We have the lowest reportable safety incident of almost any business in food. We are 20% of the average. So not only are we going to bring great jobs, at least 150, we are going to treat our employees well. We're going to keep them safe, and they are going to produce some of the finest quality products in the food industry. We're performing well. The reason is because we take care of our people, and we're going to continue to do that. Last year, Forbes named us one of the top mid-sized companies to work for in America and one of the top employees for veterans. So we came to Arkansas, and it's great to be officially back. We looked at the rail system, and it was good. We looked at the access to our customer bases, Walmart and all of them, and our distribution centers, and it was good. And we did a lot of analysis. What really makes a difference is the people, the community, the support of Arkansas. The governor told me beforehand, I said, I'm not, what are we doing now? And he says, I'm kind of used to this. I'm spending a lot of time on this. And after going through this project, I know why. There has been nothing but tremendous support by the local communities, the state of Arkansas, the Clark County, Arkadelphia, and we're just getting started. So let me get to my formal remarks here, Julie. Sorry about that. So that's greatly appreciated. We are going to, as I said, bring at least 150 jobs to the state. They're going to be high-quality roles, and they're going to be producing one of the finest and most well-recognized brands in America. On an aided basis, more than 97% of America recognizes the Hostess brand, and Donut brand is one of our largest brands. The investment, this is the largest investment I've made in our core business, is the expansion of this bakery. And it's not a speculative investment. We're bringing our core business to Arkadelphia, and we're counting on a high quality workforce and the support around here to keep the standards of quality and safety that we've been known to develop along the way, and I couldn't feel more confident about that. Daryl mentioned, and many mentioned, our commitment to sustainability. Sustainability is not a choice. It's inherent in what we do and how we run our business, and we're continuing to do that, and that's what propels, that's what drives the results. But nothing makes a difference in bringing high-quality people to our business. We will treat them like we treat everybody. Everybody gets treated the same at Hostess. I learned very long ago, I learned in the Navy, you treat everybody the exact same. It doesn't matter where they're at. When they walk in that door, they're part of the Hostess family, just as we feel part of the Arkansas and Arkadelphia family today. So thank you so much for that. We have a lot of people to thank, and then we're going to get to the formal thing. So I'm going to read here a little bit today because it's an opportunity to thank everybody who really makes this happen. So if you'll bear with me just for a second as I go through here. Governor Hutchinson, Secretary Preston, thank you so much for joining us today. It makes it really to come and we're just a small bakery in a large state. We're important to us, and I know we're important to you, and the fact that we're important to you is really why you're getting used to this. So congratulations and thanks for welcoming us. I'd also like to thank key agencies that helped put this together. The Arkansas Development Commission, in particular Jack Thomas and Jared Whitcliffe, and their teams who continue to help put our roots down here in Arkansas. We also appreciate the partnership, the true partnership that we've had with the Regional Economic Development Alliance of Clark County and the city of Arkadelphia, particularly who you've heard from today, City Manager Gary Brinkley, Kevin Jester, and Clark County. I have Judge Troy Tucker, but I'm just going to go with Judge. And then finally, I also want to thank J.L. Griffin, the interim CEO of the Arkadelphia Alliance, and his team for all their continued support and counsel over the process. I would also like to welcome the CEO of the Arkadelphia Alliance, Shelley. Right? You're getting welcome. Is this, how many days has it been now? About 8 days. So were we your first of many meetings like this? That's excellent. Congrats. Well, you are getting used to this. Congratulations on the new role. We look forward to working with you. And then the city of Arkadelphia, instrumental in creating today's event. We thank you all. I wasn't sure how many people were going to show up, but I guess you all show up for the governor, right? It's like, that's not the right word. So thank you for all that. And then Arkansas-based, it's not just the people working in the facility. When we invest in, $120, $140 million and really just the beginning of the investment, it brings a lot of those other roles. So construction partner Baldwin and Shell, our architecture and engineering firm Cromwell, both Arkansas-based, are doing a great job for us. We're on time and on budget. That's always good. We appreciate the working counsel from Michael Parker, Walter McSpaden from the law firm of Wright, Lindsay, and Jennings, right up the road in Little Rock, right? And then we're also delighted for our friends in Walmart. They're obviously an important customer to us. We build sustainable partnerships, not just with the communities, but with all of our customers as well. We believe those investments pay off. When we invest in our consumers, we invest in our customers. We invest in our communities and our people. Good things happen, and that's what happened in the Hostess. So finally, before I wrap up, Really some shout outs. Hoyer Gober, our Arkadelphia facilities manager. Where's Hoy? Thanks, Hoy. Hoy's a veteran of this facility, right? So, boys, this is the next iteration. I got news for you. It's just growing from this iteration. It's not going anywhere. This is a sustainable thing because we're bringing our core business here. Where's Philip? Philip's going to be our bakery manager. So he told me, Philip told me how much he loved the Arkadelphia location. He says, what's not to like? And then the Hostess Brands Operations Human Resource Team. Notably, where's Kevin Sandifer? He's our project lead. He makes everything happen. Thanks, Kevin. And the Hostess staff who's here today, all the Hostess team, raise your hands. You're going to get to, I know everybody sees Julie, but they're a terrific team. Our success is because of our people. They're our greatest asset, and they're going to continue our success. So we appreciate that. All right, so you're going to bear with me because I know I graduated from the Naval Academy in '87. I just was back at my 35-year reunion, and I'm the selfie king. And all of my classmates, my classmates are like 4-star admirals now, and stuff like that. But I make them take selfies. They go, "Haven't you ever grown up?" And I said, the answer is no. I sell Hostess cakes for a living. And so I'm going to take a selfie. So everybody look in, and then we're going to do our last thing. Is everybody in there? All right. So that's fun. If it shows up on LinkedIn, don't be surprised. All right. So we're going to do one last thing. We're going to, this is an audience participation. So you get to stand up, and I promise this is the last event. But we're going to have the sign unveiling. Okay. So the sign's right over here. You can't see it because of the tent, and that's where kind of your participation comes in. So what we're going to do is, and Julie, make sure I get this all right. I was briefed beforehand, but we're going to have all the speakers join the governor and me, and we're going to line up along the road there. Okay, we're going to line up along the road, and then everybody's going to gather behind us. Maybe I'll take another selfie. And then I'm going to count down as loud as I can. 3, 2, 1. We're going to yell Hostess Brands, and if it's as well orchestrated as our production and distribution model is, the unveiling is going to happen. Okay, how does that sound? And then I think we'll wrap up. Okay, so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and you're going to say Hostess Brands. Now, I was saying I was going to do a trial run, but Julie said, well, let's not do it. Should I do a trial run? Because they might think that we're going to do it and we'll miss it. Do you think we can do it? All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hostess Brands. For the record, everybody witness? Did everybody witness that? Because I get in trouble all the time. All right. So let's go celebrate the sign. And thank you, sincerely, thanks for coming. It's great to be officially back in the state of Arkansas.